FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom on hand here in Pine City, and welcome in sports fans to the home of the Dragons, the Pine City High School. A Dragon Dome, as we affectionately call it, as the Pine City Dragons play host to a non-conference matchup with the Foley Falcons. A matchup between the Great River Conference and the Granite Ridge Conference. Should be a tough matchup for the Pine City Dragons tonight, and some history between these two clubs that lean towards the Foley Falcons. Regardless of record, should be interesting to see how the Pine City Dragons are able to match up in tonight's matchup with a team that comes from a little bit bigger school, but can maybe get out and run and be able to do some things offensively that Pine City hasn't seen a whole lot this season. Again, welcome into the broadcast. Let's take a look at each team as the Pine City Dragons come in tonight. A great season going for them, 16-1, including a 9-0 spotless conference mark. At this point in time, their lone loss came to Hutchinson at the Granite City Classic over the holiday break, and a tremendous season going for Coach Haas and the Pine City Dragons. They finished last year 24-6, 12-2 in conference play, losing to the Rush City Tigers for the conference crown, and then getting to the second round of 6AA postseason before bowing out. Hoping for a little bit better showing in the postseason this year. The matchup like this should go a long way towards helping prepare them for AA section play as they take on a team that is a AA school in the Foley Falcons. Foley comes in with a record of 11-7. They are 4-4 in the Granite Ridge Conference. Last year, 16-10. They were 7-7 in the Granite Ridge Conference. Coming into tonight's battle, as I mentioned, 11-7 versus 16-1. However, that conference, the overall records rather, have not really done much in the way of securing who's going to win or who's going to lose as far as the matchup between these two squads go. Again, Foley coming from the Granite Ridge Conference. They have played each other over the last handful of years. We'll talk a little bit about that, and we'll get you set for tonight's matchup when we talk a little bit deeper into what each team is going to want to do tonight for the other one when we return here on the pregame on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Are you looking for support for your struggling teen? Introduce them to Treehouse Sandstone. At Treehouse Sandstone, we are on a mission to end hopelessness among teens in Pine County. We provide a safe space for teens to make connections and to talk about what is really going on in their lives. Join us on a Tuesday or Thursday from 6 to 8 at the Treehouse in Sandstone. To learn more or to get a ride, contact us at 763-486-3297 or check out our website at treehousesandstone.org.
M Health Fairview Clinic in Pine City can help your entire family stay healthy, heal from illness and injuries, or manage complex health conditions. Specialties include family medicine, diabetes education, podiatry, and physical therapy. With early morning appointments and 24/7 scheduling online or by phone, M Health Fairview makes it easy to get the care you need. The clinic even offers same-day appointments for when you need care right away. Call 320-629-6721 to make an appointment or visit fairview.org/Pine City.
Farming doesn't follow an 8-to-5 schedule. A slow week is 60 to 80 hours. My land, livestock, and family rely on me. That's why I bought farm insurance from Auto Owners Insurance, because every policy comes with a local agent. A real person who lives right in my community, who I can rely on to help keep my farm covered no matter what.
Visit Pine Insurance Agency located in the Northridge Center today.
2020 is here. A new year, a new decade. What does that mean for you? Huge savings on 2019 Silverados at Morris Chevrolet Buick. Get supplier pricing for all, plus combine all stackable offers, along with Morris Chevrolet Buick's additional $1,000 discount, comes out to a savings of up to $11,000 off MSRP on remaining 2019 Chevrolet 1500 Silverados. See dealer for details. Hurry in, because when they're gone, they are gone. Morris Chevrolet Buick. The deals are better here.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom on hand here in Pine City. Glad you could join us, whether it be out on the airwaves on 100.9 or if you are on the website, WCMPradio.com. And, of course, as always, if you do have somebody that wants to check out the game, our live video stream on our YouTube channel, you can get through the website at WCMPradio.com. So spread the word, get that information out there if you have anybody that lives, whether they be in Pine City, whether they be in Foley, or whether they be in Tokyo. I guess you could have somebody check in from there. I did a game years ago at the state tournament, and there were some people that were checking in from Tokyo. So the internet, it's a fancy thing. It may stick around for a few years. I don't think it's going away. So nonetheless, we're here, Pine City, playing host to the Foley Falcons. And as I mentioned before I went to break, these two teams do have a little bit of history, not conference foes, but they do play a non-conference game most every year. They have played each of the last 3 years, Foley winning the last two of them. Last year, 64-51. They won in 2018. The last win that Pine City had was in November 29th of 2017. So feels like 3 years ago, but it was the 16-17 season. So a little bit ago when the last time that Pine City won against the Foley Falcons. And so it should be an interesting matchup tonight. Talked a little bit with some of the coaching staff as far as what they have. They are 11-7, but he does feel like they are starting to gel really well. The girls are really coming together. One of the things that I was kind of talking a little bit with a couple people before the game, or before we started our broadcast, was that the biggest thing that I feel like for Pine City is it'll be interesting to see what happens if they match up against a team that can run, a team with some speed. The Dragons like to be able to trap in the three-quarter court. They like to be able to get out and run. They get turnovers. They start running up and down the court. If you don't get back on defense, you're not going to get there and stop them. They are so quick out of the gate and be able to get down the length of the court. Well, when I was talking with the coaching staff, he was talking about the fact that while the Falcons don't necessarily look to run as much as Pine City probably does, they do have a ton of team speed. They do have some state-level talent as far as some relay runners and some pole vaulters and jumpers that they do have on their squad. So they do have a high level of athletic prowess throughout their roster, and it should be an interesting matchup to see how they are able to get out and run, especially defensively, to be able to get back on defense. I think that the other part is going to be able to be how they can break that press. And the coaching staff seems to think that they got some pretty talented ball handlers and a pretty deep team to be able to match up against this Pine City squad. Should be a great matchup tonight here on a Sports Friday, a beautiful day in the state of Minnesota, as the Venerable Ty Lagerman says, a grand day in the great state and a great day in the grandstand. And we are glad that you can join us for tonight's broadcast. We're going to get a couple of more things out of the way. We're going to get our starting lineups announced out to the crowd, get the national anthem, and get you set out at center court for the opening tip of Foley versus Pine City. Stick with us here on the broadcast. We'll be back on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Here, we listen. We engage. Through every stage of life, we provide compassionate care closely tuned to your needs and concerns. From surgery and physical therapy to specialty care and emergency services, Essentia Health Sandstone provides expert, personalized care for the people of Pine County. Here, we take care of each other. Essentia Health, like nowhere else. Call 320-245-5600 or visit essentiahealth.org to learn more.
Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City is your local specialist for all your auto collision repair. Perry's fixes it right the first time. Perry's will take care of all your insurance claims, making it a worry-free experience. Perry's Auto Salon offers state-of-the-art equipment, a downdraft paint booth, expert color matching, computerized frame straightening, and detailing. Towing and rental cars are available, whether it's a little ding or a big bang. Go to the pros at Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City, and you'll be driving home their quality reputation.
Good news, it's home show season. Time to get inspired and make life in your home even better. Great news! You can get $200 off on the revolutionary Kinetico non-electric water treatment system from Aquarius Home Services, your local Kinetico dealer, without even going to the show. With Kinetico, all those rust stains will be gone. No more white scaling or hard water spots. Just sparkling fixtures, softer skin, and drinking water you can trust. The best water of your life all starts with a free water analysis. Visit KineticoMN.com. Aquarius and Kinetico. Brilliantly simple.
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley is your local food headquarters. They're here and ready to help you and your family put food on your table, only offering the best in fresh produce and the highest quality meats. They are a part of this community, so they care about you and your family and want to see you have the best possible grocery shopping experience. Don't forget about the Daggett's Deli. It's the perfect spot to pick up a quick hot meal. Make Daggett's Fresh Foods your place to shop for the highest quality grocery experience.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Parking lot potholes can keep your customers away. Ugly cracks in your driveway can bring down the value of your house. At Prefer Paving and Ready Mix, project size doesn't matter. Big or small, they pave it all. Prefer Paving and Ready Mix has delivered top quality blacktop asphalt paving for housing divisions, commercial developments, industrial parks, recreational projects, and city and county streets, as well as smaller projects such as residential driveways and parking lots. From quote to completion, rely on Prefer Paving and Ready Mix in Rush City.
Who welcomes change? Actually, we all do. We love it when the kids are done with diapers, and when the rash goes away, and when mom gets the new knee. That's the kind of new here as First Light changes its name. The new name is Wellia Health, as in welcome and wellness. And, well, what are you waiting for? Do stop by and check us out. Wellia Health, online at WELIAhealth.org. Live life well.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get there. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Are you looking for support for your struggling teen? Introduce them to Treehouse Sandstone. At Treehouse Sandstone, we are on a mission to end hopelessness among teens in Pine County. We provide a safe space for teens to make connections and to talk about what is really going on in their lives. Join us on a Tuesday or Thursday from 6 to 8 at the Treehouse in Sandstone. To learn more or to get a ride, contact us at 763-486-3297 or check out our website at treehousesandstone.org.
M Health Fairview Clinic in Pine City can help your entire family stay healthy, heal from illness and injuries, or manage complex health conditions. Specialties include family medicine, diabetes education, podiatry, and physical therapy. With early morning appointments and 24/7 scheduling online or by phone, M Health Fairview makes it easy to get the care you need. The clinic even offers same-day appointments for when you need care right away. Call 320-629-6721 to make an appointment or visit fairview.org/Pine City.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom back with you here at the Dragon Dome, the home of the Pine City Dragons, as they play host again to the Foley Falcons. Matchup of 16-1 versus 14-4, but the records don't necessarily matter when you get a team that plays kind of playing up a little bit to a school that's maybe a little bit bigger than them, as the Foley Falcons. So it should be a tough matchup for the Pine City Dragons, one that I feel like they are relishing tonight and really looking forward to. Taking a look at your starting lineups for each of these squads for the Foley Falcons, they're going to be going with McKenna Gross, Jaden Hermanson, Abby Mazisek, Callie Teff, and Elena Hagman. Do my best with the Mazisek. It's spelled a little differently, but we'll do our best with that one as we go through the night. Should be a fun night for the Foley Falcons. For the Pine City Dragons, going with their normal starting lineup of Lily Wilson, Meredith Calling, Ellie Haas, Elena Steele, and Ashley Fowler for your Pine City Dragons starting lineups. As we had a little bit of a technical issue out here at the ballpark. Still waiting for something to get repaired out here. Sure exactly what's going on down there, but also want to pass along. They did have a nice ceremony before the game. They had the student managers that gave away the two senior managers gave away an award to a teacher. They wanted to give an educator award, and so each of them had selected an educator, and I didn't catch the name of either one of them. It was kind of hard to hear with the speaker, but the best one was probably the second one, is he gave an educator award to his kindergarten teacher who had passed away about 7 years ago, and gave the award to her son, just kind of in memoriam, to make sure that he was aware that regardless of anything else, that she will be remembered no matter what happened with that one. And so kind of a nice little moment, and kind of a big thing for the squad to be able to give something away like that, and kind of a nice little moment before the game. We got 18 minutes up on the clock. We got our starters announced out to the crowd, each team gathering around their free throw line, top of the key area, to get the last little bit of encouragement to each other. Their team huddles. Coach Haas out on the court getting set to give the last little bit of instructions to his squad. Fully coached by Chris Gross, assisted by Haley Springer and Michael Carlson. 3 officials out here on the court for tonight's ball game, so we'll be able to get all of the angles covered. And, of course, if you want to see all of the angles, check out our YouTube feed, WCMPradio.com, to be able to follow the link to watch the game live on the internet and be able to stream the game itself. Foley and Pine City about set to get underway out at center court. It's going to be Fowler tipping it up against Jaden Hermanson at center court. Last whistle, official steps in. Ball is up, and Pine City will control it from right to left. Playing their green-white uniforms. First three is up and no good out of the hands of Elena Steele. Going to be controlled by the Foley Falcons. It came down with it was Mazisek. Ball over to the far side, controlled by Gross. Gets to the free throw line, kicks it back out for Mazisek on the top of the key. 2-3 zone defense set for the Pine City Dragons now. 2-3 matchup almost. They are playing some hard up in the ball type of defense. Gross up top, loses it. It's going to be taken away. A first turnover of the game for the Foley Falcons. Quickly the other direction. Elena Steele with the layup. Something we talked about a little bit during the pregame, the tough defense put on by the Pine City Dragons. Now they got the trap inside. They kick it back out. High post shot is up. No good by Jaden Hermanson, but she's fouled on the shot on the arm. She'll get a pair at the line. We'll get our first foul call of the night. Going to go against Lily Wilson, and I think that tonight is going to be one of those nights where we may have to actually keep an eye on the foul trouble, as they're playing a team that's a little bit quicker, a little bit more athletic, and a little bit all over the place. And so Pine City may be trying to play a little catch-up as we go along. The end of the ball game now is going to be Sophie Lottie for the Pine City Dragons. Quick substitution right out of the gate, and they'll come back with it going from right to left now for the Dragons. Near side, Controlled there by Steele. Up to the wing, Fowler. Swing it around Wilson into the hands of Haas. Haas back to the wing now for Wilson, far side. Into the corner goes for Haas. Dribbles up to the wing, hands off for Fowler. Swing it over to the near side now for Steele. Back for Haas. Sets and fires for three. Back iron, no good. Offensive board for Lottie. Kicks back out. Three on the way. Good for Lily Wilson. Good sequence there for the Pine City Dragons, getting that second chance point. They lead 5-2 here. Minute and a half gone by. Ball over to the far side, controlled by Hagman for the Foley Falcons. Steps underneath a double team and is able to fire it away from Mazisek. Nice ball movement underneath. They get the shot that they wanted by Hermanson, but no foul called. She gets it back on an offensive board and is able to put it up and in. Ball knocked away on the near side. Correction, it's going to be a traveling violation. Ball went away, but I think that was just Steele trying to get rid of the ball to not get called for the traveling, but she does. It'll be a turnover for the Pine City Dragons, and not quite 2 minutes gone by. 5-4 is our score. The Dragons do lead, but Foley definitely standing tall against this Dragon ball club right now. Foley walks it up the court, far side for Mazisek. Up for Hagman. Hands off, once again, far side for Mazisek. Up top for Gross. Dribbles her way over to the far side. Drops off for Hagman. Looking inside. Can't get it there. Is going to go back for Mazisek. Up over the top. Over for Hagman. Hagman gets to the high post. Off it'll go. Shot is up and rolls around and in for Hermanson. And Hermanson has all 6 of the Foley points to this juncture. Steele works her way up into the front court. Able to get past the full court press put on by the Foley Falcons. Ball thrown into the, not to the back court, but kind of to the timeline. Off it goes for Wilson. Tried to fire it inside, but could not connect on the pass. Turnover on the Dragons. Back it'll come for the Falcons. Shot is up, no good. Rebound comes down for Haas. She's going to clear the board and start the break the other direction. Back up court, near side now for Steele. Hands off for Haas. Thought about a three. Cross court over for Fowler. She'll fire it away. That's going to be short. Go back underneath, and Haas and Fowler end up trying to tip the ball to each other. That, unfortunately, does not work very well. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll belong to the Foley Falcons. Falcons inbound. Going to be controlled by Hagman, the sophomore for the Falcons. Solid ball handler in the backcourt. Fires it up into the front court. Got it over to the far side. Trying to get it across the lane into the hands of Hermanson, but unable to do so. That pass kind of telegraphed and turned over. And now a turnover the other direction as Pine City looked to be able to get out on the break. Shot is up, no good. Lottie's going to clear the board. She'll start it the other direction. Fowler ahead for Wilson. She sets and fires from deep. Back iron, no good. Offensive board comes down into the hands of Haas. Back for Wilson right down the lane, and nobody stopped her. Wilson, such a quick first step, got right to the basket. Wilson, so good. She's got that first step, and then everybody just gets out of her way. Gross on the far side. Up to the high post now. Shot is up and good. And Hermanson, 8 points out of the 8 points for the Foley Falcons. They lead 8-7, 14-18 to play here in the first half from Pine City. Steele breaks the press herself. Fires it over for Fowler. Now to the wing near side for Haas. Dribbled out of a double team, now off for Steele. Pump fake, got the defender going by her. Lost the ball, it was blocked on a shot that she tried to get away. And back it'll come now for Foley. Near side, controlled by Hagman. Hagman up top, Mazisek will fire away a three. Back iron, no good, and the rebound controlled by Steele on the near side. Back it'll come now for the Pine City Dragons. Ball knocked out of bounds, and Pine City just feels, it doesn't feel like they're able to get into much of a rhythm right now. It is an 8-7 lead for the Foley Falcons. Into the ball game is going to be number 4, Brooke Beyer. Beyer has it near side, wing extended. Bounce pass up to the top now and handled there. Down underneath it goes, and a nice play by Hagman to be able to draw the defense, and Hermanson left all alone, and I think that's going to be something that Foley is going to be looking for pretty much all night. Haas kicks it back out for Steele. Steele will fire it away. A little bit short on that one, and it goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Foley Falcons. Steele now 0 for 3 from down, or 0 for 2 rather, from downtown. I am quite impressed with Hagman's ball handling skills on the far side. Got out of a double team, works her way through the press herself. Ball over to the far side is going to be controlled there by Kayla Ballinger. Ballinger off over to the far side once again into the hands of Hagman. Hagman gets it back. She'll launch it from deep, and Hagman knocks that one down. And extends the lead out now 13-7. Dragons back with it, able to break the press. Into the front court, will go now for Steele. Tried to bounce pass it across the lane for Lottie. Can't quite get it there. It's knocked away off of the leg of Hermanson. And Hermanson high fives all around. Off the court comes Lottie. Calling steps into the lineup. Inbound comes now for the Pine City Dragons. And the ball thrown away, trying to get it for Fowler on the far side. And the pass just a little bit deep, and a little bit of a surprise here. Not only the 13-7 lead for the Foley Falcons, the Pine City Dragons really kind of feeling the heat of the Falcons at this point as the double team comes at the timeline. Foley able to break it. Ball thrown cross court over to the far side into the hands of Hagman. Hagman dribbles to the high post. Ball tapped up in the air. Lily Wilson's going to take it away, and it's going to start the other direction. Quickly up ahead it goes for Haas. Shot is missed and the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Pine City Dragons. Last touched by Foley. The other surprising part that I was going to point out was the fact that the turnover margin is 5-2 at the time, now 5-3, as Chloe Lynn checks into the ball game for the Dragons. But the Pine City Dragons not accustomed to having too many turnovers in a ball game, mostly creating turnovers. And right now the turnover margin is in favor of the Foley Falcons. 12:22 to go. Ball thrown into the backcourt. It's going to be taken away by the Falcons. Run out the other direction. Ball tossed back, and a block getting back on defense was Lind. What a play by Lind to be able to get back on defense. It was a solid run out by Beyer. Got into the front court, tried to lay it back for Bellinger, and had the ball blocked out of bounds. It'll still belong to the Falcons, and we'll have that offensive possession when we return here on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Farming doesn't follow an 8-to-5 schedule. A slow week is 60 to 80 hours. My land, livestock, and family rely on me. That's why I bought farm insurance from Auto Owners Insurance, because every policy comes with a local agent, a real person who lives right in my community who I can rely on to help keep my farm covered no matter what.
Visit Pine Insurance Agency located in the Northridge Center today.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom on hand. 13-7 is the Foley lead over the top of the Pine City Dragons. No, do not check your radio. It is a lead for the Foley Falcons. Early going here, 12:13 to play. Shot is up for the Falcons. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll still belong to Foley. Another offensive possession. Foley's won the last two meetings in non-conference play against these Pine City Dragons. Ball comes in for Hermanson. Nice turnaround jumper up off the window and able to get it to go. And it comes for Haas, and Wilson will break the press herself. Ahead for Lind. Into the corner it goes for Calling. Up for Haas. Cross-court skip pass. Fowler on the far side. Fires it underneath for Lind. Lind with the turnaround jumper off the side of the basket. No good. Hermanson clears the board, and Foley will look to run the other direction. Ball up ahead to the near side. Hagman with the stutter step dribbles it off with the leg of Calling. And it'll still belong to the Foley Falcons. And I really think that the key right now is just the backcourt play and the solid ball handling of Elena Hagman. Ball inbounds for Hermanson. Hermanson, a very, very tough post player. Very good offensively. She's the offensive spark, but really I feel that Hagman is not being flustered by any of the defensive prowess that they are putting on her. She's matched up against Meredith Calling. Ball over to the near side now on the wing extended for Beyer. Beyer watched by Lynn. Dribbles over to the near side. Gets to the baseline. Tried to fire it inside to nobody in particular. And it's going to be another turnover for the Falcons. Back it comes now for the Pine City Dragons. Hagman tried to dive after the basketball. She's going to get called for a foul. Her first. Team's first. And quickly off the bench, a couple of players coming back into the game. McKenna Grouse. She'll be joined by Madison Grudem. Foul against Hagman, her first. She comes off the court for a moment. Grudem will handle the basketball initially. Ball over to the near side. We got a three. It's tipped on the way, and it's going to come down into the hands of Haas. She'll clear another board. It was Byer that tried to hoist that one, but she was blocked on the way through. Ball over to the near side. Nice play by Calling to be able to get it in for Haas as she was cutting to the basket. Haas tried to put it up. She's fouled at the point of attack. Foul is going to go against Kayla Bellinger, number 30. Second team foul for the Foley Falcons as we monitor Lily Wilson coming over to talk to Coach Haas. Discussing a little bit of frustration possibly with what's going on the court. Free throw number 1 is up and good. First free throw of the night for the Pine City Dragons. Fowler checks out of the game, replaced by Lottie out in the lineup on the court. Lottie, Lind, Haas, Wilson, and Calling. Second free throw is up and good. Makes it now 15-9 in favor of the Falcons. 10:47 to play here in the first half. Now the ball thrown away in the backcourt. A pass by Byer. She was looking to the far side and didn't see anybody there. And now the official said that it was touched on the way through, and the Pine City fans don't like it. Coach Haas coming up and trying to speak to the official himself. But the official sticking with it, and so Foley's going to get the benefit of a ball thrown away in the backcourt. I'll have to check Ethan's high-definition instant replay here. Maybe be able to see if we can see it. Ball over to the near side. Gross gets right to the basket. Up over the top of the rim. Can't get it to fall, and the rebound's going to be cleared by Haas. Back it'll come. Haas will get it on the kickback. Three on the way. No good. Rebound for Lynn. Puts it back up. Can't get it to go, and we get a foul underneath, and I think Lind is going to pick up the foul. Good aggressive play by Lynn getting after the basketball, but couldn't get it to go on the missed three by Haas. Haas started a little bit light in the last game that we covered here against Bram, but she picked it up in the second half or late in the first half. Ended up finishing 3 of 5 after missing the first two. A couple of big threes as we close the first half and work to the second. Gross will control it in the backcourt now, looking against that three-quarter court 1-2-2, and a foul, or correction, a travel called. Now all of a sudden, the turnovers are 5-5. The JV game went to overtime, Foley winning that one, going away in overtime, but nonetheless a great battle back by the Pine City Dragons at the end of regulation to be able to get it to overtime, including a three with about 10 seconds left. Three is up and no good out of the hands of Wilson. Rebound's going to be controlled by Grudem and started the other direction. And now a carry called and a turnover again on Foley. And if Pine City can convert on some of these turnovers, they might be able to claw back into this game a little bit closer. They're currently down by 6 with 10 minutes to play in the first half. Ball fired inside for Haas. Out it'll come now to the wing. Lottie will fire away a three. Back iron no good, and the long rebound comes out over to the far side, controlled there by Jaden Close. Close trapped in the backcourt. Steele takes it away from her. It's going to be a turnover on the Falcons, and the ball thrown away. And the ball given right back. And a timeout called by the Foley Falcons as they go from 2 turnovers to 8 turnovers in the span of just a couple of minutes. 9:40 to play here in the first half. 15-9 is the score. Foley leads it over to the top of the Pine Cities here on Sports Friday. Welcome back here to Pine City on FM 100.9 WCMP.
2020 is here. A new year, a new decade. What does that mean for you? Huge savings on 2019 Silverados at Morris Chevrolet Buick. Get supplier pricing for all, plus combine all stackable offers, along with Morris Chevrolet Buick's additional $1,000 discount, comes out to a savings of up to $11,000 off MSRP on remaining 2019 Chevrolet 1500 Silverados. See dealer for details. Hurry in, because when they're gone, they are gone. Morris Chevrolet Buick. The deals are better here.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom on hand here in Pine City. Foley leads it now 15-9 out of the timeout. Ball into the front court, far side controlled by the Falcons and Jaden Kloss. Kloss tried to fire it up for Gross. Gross able to get away from Steele for a moment. Over to the near side it goes. Grudem will fire away a three. Rattles its way in and out, no good. Lottie clears the board. Almost skipped a little bit on that one, but nonetheless able to control the board. Back it'll come, and Wilson cut right to the basket, but she lost it on the way. Now the ball knocked away in the backcourt, and Pine City's going to get it right back as they trade turnovers. Ball inside, it goes for Lottie. Ball on the ground, diving after it is Haas, able to get it away. Quickly inside from Wilson into the hands of Lottie, and she's pushed underneath, and what a fast sequence between these two squads. Back and forth basketball here in Pine City as Mazisek and Hagman check back into the ball game for the Foley Falcons. Fowler checks into the game, replacing Wilson for the Pine City Dragons. 9 minutes to play, 15-9 our score. Hagman to pull the trigger underneath the basket. Off for Fowler, far side. Going to swing it around. Haas will step up. Free throw line over to go for Steele. She'll fire away from deep, and Steele knocks it down. They're going to need some production out of Steele for the game tonight. Lottie will run the top of the 1-2-2. Picks up Mazisek. Ball almost thrown away on the near side. It's going to be controlled right along the sideline. Nice move along this edge by Hagman. Now she's trapped underneath. Somehow got away. Ball on the ground. Pine City's going to come away with it, and it's going to be Steele somehow fighting for that basketball. Into the front court she goes. Left-handed side. Left-handed layup up. No good. Rebound tapped away from Lottie. Steele got it in her hands, but she was out of bounds when she got it. Pine City, you can definitely tell they are trying to ratchet it up just a little bit more, and they are on the verge of a little bit ragged. Marissa Peschel checks into the ballgame for the Foley Falcons. Grudem hands off on the far side for Hagman. Hagman dribbles to the corner, gets up to the block, goes for the reverse layup. Nope, instead she hands it off for Peschel into the ballgame, and Peschel knocks down the shot from the block extended. Steele dribbles up the near side, picks up her dribble, fires it over to the far side for Fowler. Fowler still in the backcourt, able to get it into the front court for Lottie. Far side into the corner, now for Coling. Up for Fowler, near side on the wing for Haas. Thought about a three, fires it into a double team for Calling. Not a well-advised ball there. Turnover number 7 on the Pine City Dragons. Far side it'll go. Hagman's going to launch this one from deep. No good. Rebound controlled by Haas along the near side. Back it'll come now for the Dragons. Far side in the corner goes for Steele. Now to the wing for Calling. Pine City not accustomed to running a whole lot of half-court offense. They can do it, but usually they are a run-and-gun, turnover and fast-break type of team. Ball near side now for Fowler in the corner. Fowler up to the wing on the near side for Lottie, the freshman. It'll go back into the corner now for Steele. Steele up to the wing. It'll go into the hands of Calling. Calling swings it around the perimeter. Fowler into the hands of Lottie, far side. Watched by Grudeman. Up to the wing. It'll go into the hands of Calling. Back for Steele. Fires it inside. Going for Haas. Hagman, I think, fouled her from behind. Got a knee in the back. Hagman giving up about 7 inches of height. Will pick up her second foul. Inbound underneath the basket for the Dragons. A non-shooting foul. Ball up top is going to be controlled by the Pine City Dragons. Underneath it goes into the hands of Steele. Up to the wing. Coling to the high post. Dribbles inside to the paint. Rattles around and it can't go. And the rebound comes down for Mazisek. Mazisek will start it the other direction. Falcons into the front court now off of the missed shot. 17-12 is the score for the Falcons as they lead. Hagman gets inside, kicks it back out for Mazisek. She knocks down a jumper from the far side. And that's one of the things that is just incredible about somebody that has the utmost confidence about handling the basketball is the court seems to be so much bigger when you get into the paint area. Even if you're triple teamed, you can dribble in and out of that no problem. Whereas on other players, it seems like the court is so small and there just isn't enough space to do anything. As Colin got inside to the interior, into the paint area, tried to get a shot away, but unable to do so. She's fouled on her way to the basket. She'll go to line to shoot a pair. Looking to cut into that 19-12 lead. Foul is going to go against number 13, Callie Teff. Free throw up and good. Meredith Calling. I think I listed Calling in the starting lineup, but I believe Lottie actually started instead of Calling. Calling the normal starter. Second free throw up and good as well. Calling the junior, Lottie the freshman. Ball thrown to the corner for the Falcons. It's going to be thrown away. Turnover number 11 for the Foley Falcons, and we get ourselves a timeout on the court for Coach Gross and the Foley Falcons. 5:51 to play here in Pine City, 19-14, the Falcon lead. We'll be back on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Quick timeout on the court as Coach Haas wanted to speak to his young players real briefly. Got some instructions here. 5:51 to go here in the first half in what has been a very hotly contested first half. It is a 19-14 lead for the Foley Falcons. Pine City Dragons have it, working their way through the backcourt into the front court. Steele almost traveled with it, off for Wilson. Up top it'll go now for Colling. Left-handed dribble, kicks it back off for Fowler, far side on the wing. Into the corner goes for Lottie. Entrance pass down to the low block. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes down for Mazajsek. She'll start it the other direction. Quickly up for Hagman on the near side block. Gets to the low block. Blocked by Colling. And the ball knocked away, and it'll come back now for the Pine City Dragons. Ahead it comes Lottie with a shot. And Sophie Lottie, the freshman, basket and the foul. Foul is going to go against McKenna Grudem. Quickly back into the game, and McKenna Gross and Jaden Hermanson. Hermanson hasn't played a ton here in the first half. She has been basically all of the Foley offense, but they've kind of let her rest a little bit as they still hold the three-point lead as the free throw is up and no good. Back it'll come now for the Foley Falcons. Far side, right to the basket, driving after it is going to be Hagman. Can't get it to go. Ball knocked out of bounds. 5:10 to play. It's a three-point ball game, 19-16. And if you're a Pine City fan, that's one of the players that I'd like to be able to see get going a little bit. She seems to kind of pass up some shots is Sophie Lottie. She's a tall player. She's quick. She's very athletic. Just doesn't seem to have quite that killer instinct, aggressiveness that you'd like to see just yet, but she is a very talented player, and I think that this program is going to be in good hands with Lottie for a few years. Ball on the near side, Hermanson kicks back out for Hagman. Ball knocked away, and there's going to be a foul called on the backside. Pine City thought that they were going to start running with numbers. But we get a foul on Steele in the backcourt. Only the third team foul on the Pine City Dragons. Foley has 16 fouls. Their next foul will put Pine City in the 1-and-1 bonus. Gross lobs it up ahead, and almost a foul there on Wilson. Mazajsek gets to the high post, kicks it back out for Hagman. Stutter step working on Steele. Great defense by Steele. What a job by Steele. Inside it goes for Hermanson. Turnaround left hand, rattles around, no good. Ball knocked around. It goes off of Fowler, and it'll belong to Foley. Haas will check into the game, replacing Colling. Coach Haas trying to get that right mix of players, and they're going about 7 deep on the bench right now. Normally they go about 9 deep, but shortening the bench up just a little bit, trying to keep the starters out there. And right to the basket, McKenna Gross, little runner in the lane, almost not quite the finger roll, the arching shot from the 70s, but nonetheless, a good shot there. 3 on the way by Haas. That's up and no good. Rebound controlled by Mazajsek. And back it'll come now for the Foley Falcons. Mazajsek over to the near side now on the wing. Inside it goes for Hermanson. Hermanson working on the block. Kicks back out. Gross thought about a 3. Passed on it. Kicks it back out after the drive. Mazajsek misses a shot. Inside rebound. Put back up by Grudem. Correction, that's going to be Peschel. And Peschel fouled. It was Fowler that got that one. Have to wait for the... Nope, it's going to be Ellie Haas that picks up her first foul, but nonetheless, it is going to be Peschel going to the free throw line. Couple of points so far here. Misses the first free throw. What a first half we've had so far here in Pine City. 5-point ball game, 21-16, 4:03 to play in the first half. Second free throw up and coming now for Peschel. That's going to be back iron, no good, and Sophie Lottie with the rebound. Back the other direction it comes now for Pine City. Lottie near side on the wing. Surveys the defense, watched there by Gross. Dribbles to the top of the key, off for Fowler. Thought about a three. I don't know why she's not shooting that. She's wide open, but sometimes maybe you get a little bit too much time to look at it. Underneath it goes. Nice drop step by Haas, but she can't get it to go. Lottie fighting for the rebound over two shorter players. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Dragons. But what a drop step on that last play by Haas. Beautiful footwork. Wilson to pull the trigger, throws it over the near side. Lottie almost lost it, but is able to corral it. It was a no-look pass by Wilson. Back it goes for Lottie, near side in the corner, up to the wing, in the hands of Steele. Steele dribble drive, kicks it back out. Ball almost knocked away. Lottie trying to hold on to it, and we get a foul called on Hagman. I don't know how you call the foul on the ground for somebody going after a basketball. But nonetheless, the official right on top of it makes the call. He's going to call Hagman for a foul. And we talked a little bit about the fact that we may have to watch fouls. Pine City has not gotten very many fouls. However, with 17 fouls, there's 3 of them on Hagman, who's their key ball handler. And even though they hold a 5-point lead, when you lose a player like that for an extended period of time, it definitely affects how your game plan is going to go. So we'll have to see who picks up the ball handling slack in the backcourt for the Falcons as this game progresses. Free throw by Lottie on the 1-and-1 is up and good. She'll gain the bonus. .329 to go. 21-17 is the lead. Second game up and good as well. Cuts that lead to a 3-point ball game now. 21-18. Ball into the front court, and we get ourselves a foul on Pine City as the ball went ahead for Byer. She'll be fouled. It'll be a sideline inbound. Foul's going to go against Steele, and really that's the only foul trouble that Pine City really has. The Steele has 2. Into the game is going to be McKenna Nelson. So now Pine City has gone 8 deep. Nelson will check into the ball game and get a few minutes, try to be able to get set for the last few minutes of the half. Inside it goes. What a block by Lottie. Great job coming across on Hermanson. Not her player, but she was coming through the paint defensively. Knocks that one out of bounds. It'll still belong to Foley. But again, I talked about how tall and athletic Lottie is. She is a tremendous ball player. You don't always see stats on the scoreboard with how her effect on the game is. Shot is up, no good. Rebound comes down to Wilson. Her first rebound of the game. Usually a little bit more active. Wilson into the front court. Kicks back out for Nelson. Up to the wing for Fowler. Near side wing now for Haas. Inside it goes. Nice job by Lottie. Great seal on the backside. She was able to seal that just enough to be able to get the basketball. Dropped her way right to the basket. Layup is good, and we got a 1-point game. Inside it goes. Turnover on the Falcons. Turnover number 13, just out of the reach of Hermanson. Back it'll come Nelson. Up top for Fowler. She wants to get it all from downtown. Can't get it to go. Nelson clears the board, but then throws it away. Back it'll come for Gross for the layup and misses it at the other end, but a rebound by Brooke Byer offensively. Inside it goes. Hermanson is able to get it to go, and what a sequence of events back and forth. Action here in Pine City. 3-point ball game again. 23-20. 2 minutes to go, and right to the basket goes Lily Wilson for the bucket. Makes it a 1-point ball game again, and somehow Foley's able to still hold on to a 1-point lead, even though they have 13 turnovers here in the first half. Pine City's getting their turnovers. They're just not taking advantage. Inside it goes. Turnaround jumper up and no good. Fowler gets the rebound, but it has it pickpocketed from behind. Back it'll go. Gross will fire away a shot. That's no good. And the rebound comes down for Lottie. Her 5th rebound of the first half. Now the ball turned over by the Dragons. Grudem is going to check into Grudem is going to check into the ball game for the Falcons. Grudem, Mazajcek, Gross, Hermanson, And I believe that's going to be Teff. Yep, Teff on the far side. Had to wait for the number to turn just a little bit. Pine City brings in Lynn to join Wilson, Lottie, Fowler, and Haas on the court for the Dragons right now. Minute 26 to play here in the first half, and we get a timeout running down the sideline by the Foley coaching staff and Coach Haas. 1:24 to play here in the first half, 23-22, a one-point ball game in favor of the Foley Falcons. They have the basketball when we return on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Here, we listen. We engage. Through every stage of life, we provide compassionate care closely tuned to your needs and concerns. From surgery and physical therapy to specialty care and emergency services, Essentia Health Sandstone provides expert, personalized care for the people of Pine County. Here, we take care of each other. Essentia Health, like nowhere else. Call 320-245-5600 or visit essentiahealth.org to learn more.
What a ball game here in Pine City on WCMP Sports Night Friday. 1:21 to go. It's a one-point ball game. Nice move by Grudem. Just a little jab step, and Lind went the wrong direction, and an easy lay-in by Grudem on the backside. Pushes that lead back out to 3 now. Ball batted around in the front court. Taken away by the Falcons. Another turnover on the Dragons. Back for Grudem on the near side. Cut off by Wilson. Up to the wing. Now controlled for Mazicek. Inside it goes Hermanson. Left-handed turnaround jumper, and she's able to get that one to go. And I don't know if she's left-handed or not, but she's got a lot of touch for that shot. Good job by Lind, waiting for Wilson to get into the front court before passing it over there. Ball knocked away, and another turnover on the Dragons. Back it'll come now for the Falcons, and it's turned over again. Wilson got back on defense to take it away on the entry pass. Quickly up ahead for Fowler. Gets the defender in the air. She waited for Gross to get there. Gave a little ball fake. Was able to control her body and not travel. And now it's 27-24. 3-point ball game. Falcons still lead. Now a turnover. Quickly thrown ahead. Turned back over. And the Dragons don't get back on defense. They all started the other direction to get back on offense. And an easy bucket underneath for Hermanson again. Back it'll come from Wilson. I don't know how in the world Wilson, the caliber player that she is not picked up hardly ever and is able to get so many easy lay-ins. 29-26 as that basket is just before the horn. Foley unable to get it into the front court, and that is going to be our halftime score. A 3-point lead for the Foley Falcons here in Pine City. 29-26 your score. We'll come back and wrap up an exciting first half of action when we return on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City is your local specialist for all your auto collision repair. Perry's fixes it right the first time. Perry's will take care of all your insurance claims, making it a worry-free experience. Perry's Auto Salon offers state-of-the-art equipment, a downdraft paint booth, expert color matching, computerized frame straightening, and detailing. Towing and rental cars are available, whether it's a little ding or a big bang. Go to the pros at Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City, and you'll be driving home their quality reputation.
Good news! It's home show season. Time to get inspired and make life in your home even better. Great news! You can get $200 off on the revolutionary Kinetico non-electric water treatment system from Aquarius Home Services, your local Kinetico dealer, without even going to the show. With Kinetico, all those rust stains will be gone. No more white scaling or hard water spots. Just sparkling fixtures, softer skin, and drinking water you can trust. The best water of your life all starts with a free water analysis. Visit KineticoMN.com. Aquarius and Kinetico. Brilliantly simple.
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley is your local food headquarters. They're here and ready to help you and your family put food on your table, only offering the best in fresh produce and the highest quality meats. They are a part of this community, so they care about you and your family and want to see you have the best possible grocery shopping experience. Don't forget about the Daggett's Deli. It's the perfect spot to pick up a quick hot meal. Make Daggett's Fresh Foods your place to shop for the highest quality grocery experience.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Parking lot potholes can keep your customers away. Ugly cracks in your driveway can bring down the value of your house. At Prefer Paving and Ready Mix, project size doesn't matter. Big or small, they pave it all. Prefer Paving and Ready Mix has delivered top quality blacktop asphalt paving for housing divisions, commercial developments, industrial parks, recreational projects, and city and county streets, as well as smaller projects such as residential driveways and parking lots. From quote to completion, rely on Prefer Paving and Ready Mix in Rush City.
Who welcomes change? Actually, we all do. We love it when the kids are done with diapers, and when the rash goes away, and when mom gets the new knee. That's the kind of new here as First Light changes its name. The new name is Wellia Health, as in welcome and wellness. And, well, what are you waiting for? Do stop by and check us out. Wellia Health, online at WELIAhealth.org. Live life well.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom on hand in a raucous atmosphere here in Pine City as we are at halftime between the Pine City Dragons and the Foley Falcons. A tremendous ball game and a great first half, a very fun first half of action here at the Dragon Dome. 29-26 is the three-point lead for the Foley Falcons here at halftime. Taking a look at our first half stats, the Pine City Dragons are paced on the court by none other than Lily Wilson, who is usually always around the scoring leaders. 9 points and a rebound for her. 5 points and a rebound for Alana Steele. A little bit more going offensively for her than the other night. 6 points and 5 rebounds for Sophie Lottie, is starting to see a little bit more aggressiveness from her, being able to get onto the scorebook. 2 points and a rebound for Ashley Farr, a rebound apiece for Chloe Lind and McKenna Nelson off the bench. 2 points, 5 rebounds for Ellie Haas and Meredith Colling. 2 points and no rebounds. And for the Foley Falcons, most of it really comes down to one player. The one of the keys is going to be Elena Hagman. She only has 3 points at halftime on 1 3-ball, but tremendous ball handling for her has set up probably the first half MVP in Jaden Hermanson. Has 18 points and 2 rebounds in the first half. A tremendous half for Jaden Hermanson. Hermanson, a tremendous player as a junior for this Foley Ball Club. A great post player, leading all scorers with 18 points at halftime. 2 points for McKenna Gross, 2 points, 4 rebounds for Abby Mazisek. 1 rebound apiece for Brooke Beyer and Jaden Kloss. Marissa Peschel with 2 points and a rebound. Madison Grudem also 2 points and 1 rebound. Taking a look at some of the team stats here at halftime, some of the big numbers that jump out at you is the turnover margin, which is close. It's odd. You don't usually talk about the turnover margin, I guess, a lot unless there's a wide disparity between the two squads. However, when's the last time you watched a Pine City girls basketball game at 16-1 where they had 13 turnovers at halftime? And also, when have you ever watched a girls basketball game with the Pine City Dragons where they created 15 turnovers and were trailing at halftime? That's right, the turnover margin 15-13 with Foley 2 additional turnovers, which has really made it as close as what it is at this point, 29-26. The rebounding edge goes to the Pine City Dragons, 15-10, 4-3 on the offensive glass. Not really anything too overwhelming there. At the free throw line, Pine City getting it done, 6 of 7 at the line. Foley 2 of 4 from downtown. Pine City 2 of 12, Foley 1 of 5. And really, I guess some of the keys for Pine City is being able to start knocking down some threes in the second half. We'll talk a little bit more about what each squad wants to do in the second half to be able to come away with a big-time non-conference victory here on the Pine City Dragon home court. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we return on the halftime break on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back. From pre-approval to closing, and beyond. Let Franz & Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzandbank.com/get there. Franz & Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Are you looking for support for your struggling teen? Introduce them to Treehouse Sandstone. At Treehouse Sandstone, we are on a mission to end hopelessness among teens in Pine County. We provide a safe space for teens to make connections and to talk about what is really going on in their lives. Join us on a Tuesday or Thursday from 6 to 8 at the Treehouse in Sandstone. To learn more or to get a ride, contact us at 763-486-3297 or check out our website at treehousesandstone.org.
M Health Fairview Clinic in Pine City can help your entire family stay healthy, heal from illness and injuries, or manage complex health conditions. Specialties include family medicine, diabetes education, podiatry, and physical therapy. With early morning appointments and 24/7 scheduling online or by phone, M Health Fairview makes it easy to get the care you need. The clinic even offers same-day appointments for when you need care right away. Call 320-629-6721 to make an appointment or visit fairview.org/Pine City.
FM 100.9 WCMP. So glad you could join us out on the airwaves or on the internet, WCMPradio.com, to be able to check out our YouTube feed, watch live action on the internet of tonight's matchup between the Pine City girls basketball squad and the Foley Falcons. 29-26 is our lead at halftime for the Foley Falcons over the top of Pine City on their home court here in the Dragon Gymnasium. Taking a look at what the teams are going to want to do in the second half, I think for the Foley Falcons, the biggest thing that they're going to want to do is, A, control the fouls for Hagman, but also be able to control their turnovers a little bit. They had 15 turnovers in the first half, and they're going to have to shore that up if they're going to be able to secure a victory here against the Pine City Dragons. If you're a Dragon fan, what are they looking to do in the second half? Well, I think that some of the keys that they're going to have to focus on is being able to get a little bit hot from the perimeter, and I know that that's a shooting thing and not something you can strategically work on, but just taking good shots, taking smart shots, being able to knock down some of those. They were 2 of 12 from beyond the arc in the first half, making sure that it is nonetheless the best shot to be able to take, whether it may be. The other thing that I think that they should do, and this is just my personal opinion, I feel like they should move Sophie Lottie, who's a tremendously athletic ball player, in against Jaden Hermanson. I think that matchup would prove difficult for Hermanson, who had 18 of the 29 points at halftime, more than half of their offensive output. If she's able to take her out of the game in the second half, I think Pine City not only wins, but maybe even wins going away with that one. I know that she's more of a perimeter player, but we've seen it in the past with some tall, athletic players being able to take on that matchup and seeing what they can do. Initially, out of the timeout, here we start with the second half, going from right to left. The Foley Falcons will control it. Mazisek is going to draw Lottie defensively. Ball inside it goes. Hermanson had it knocked away from her. It's going to be a turnover on the Foley Falcons, and back the other direction. Basket up and good, and immediately we cut it to a 1-point lead as Steele able to get the bucket. First bucket of the second half. Going to kind of watch Lottie as kind of my thought that she's going to stay on the perimeter out on the near side. She's going to pick up Hagman in the backcourt. Hagman gets to the high post, kicks it back out over to the near side. Gross is going to fire from deep. Back iron, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds, and it'll belong to the Foley Falcons. The Foley Falcons here leading still 29-28, looking for their first bucket of the second half. Long inbounds to the Deep backcourt comes into the hands of Mazisek. Quickly up into the front court. Into the corner goes far side. Hagman thought about a shot. Backs off. Now she's stuck in the paint. Puts a little jumper up in the paint and able to get that one to go. And Hagman with a bucket here in the second half opens the scoring for Foley. Ball thrown into the front court. Lottie, high post. Is going to kick it off far side now for Haas. Up over the top. Point extended now for Wilson. Far side for Fowler. Into the corner goes Haas. Pine City really trying to expand the court, extend things out from the perimeter, trying to be able to get that matchup on the inside. I think maybe what their thought is that they can get maybe Hermanson into foul trouble here in the second half, but Foley smartly putting Hermanson on the wing. Inside it goes for Fowler, up and under. She's going to draw a foul, but it's going to go against Callie Teff. She'll go to the line for a pair. Not sure if that's what the direction that Pine City's trying to go. They're just trying to expand the court, try to be able to get some more space on the inside, open up some lanes for some cuts to the basket, or be able to get some one-on-one looks for Fowler on the inside as Fowler knocks down the first free throw. Monitor what they do here offensively here as the half wears along. Second free throw up and no good as it rolls off. Rebound comes down into the hand of Hermanson. Foley back with it, far side, hands off for Mazisek. Dribbles up to the wing, now kicks it inside for Teff. Teff kicks it over to the near side, ball knocked away. It's going to be taken away by Pine City. Turnover number 2 of the half. Wilson comes back with it. Great job on the defensive end by Gross, setting up, knowing that what was going to happen was Wilson was going to try to dribble around her. She just set up, planted her feet, and took the charge. Turnover on the Pine City Dragons. Looked like they were going to get a run out and an easy bucket at the other end, but nonetheless, it ends up being a turnover on the offensive foul. Lottie's going to pick up Hagman at the timeline. Well, 1-2-2 extended. Underneath it goes for Gross. Gross tried to get it over across for Teff. Missed her, but it ends up in the hands of Gross on the far side. Rebound comes down into the hands of Haas. Haas will start it back the other direction. Haas dribbles out to the top of the key. Off for Wilson. Now up top for Steele. Elena Steele running the offense. Calling out the play that they're going to set for. Far side it goes for Haas. Reverse pivot to the free throw line. Jumper is up. Rolls around all over the place and does not fall. Rolls off. Mazisek will start it back the other direction. Inside it goes for Hermanson. Outside 3 for Gross. Wide open. Can't get it to go. And the rebound comes down for Haas in the corner. Haas leaned into a potential fall on that far side, but no call on that one. And it'll belong to the Pine City Dragons as the ball was knocked out of bounds. They still maintain possession. Near side now for Steele as Foley looks to pick up 2-2-1 in the three-quarter court. Far side now goes for Haas. Off of her hand. Tries to throw it back in. Somehow got it to Fowler. Not a turnover there. Wilson goes to the ground. Inside it goes. Knocked away from Lottie, and it's going to be taken away by Hermanson. Turnover 2 on the Pine City Dragons. Far side. Hagman able to get a step on Steele all the way to the basket. Layup is no good, but an offensive board comes down for Teff. Teff able to clear the glass. And now a foul on the far side. Hermanson had it knocked away. Fowler drove after the basketball. And we're going to get a foul called on Fowler. Grudem checks into the ball game for the Foley Falcons. Again, not really any foul trouble to speak of. Wilson with 2 and Steele with 2 for the Pine City Dragons. The only one we're really kind of monitoring a little bit as far as fouls go is going to be Hagman. Hagman for the Foley Falcons. And a 5-second call, a violation on the Falcons on the inbound. Couldn't be able to get the inbound pass. And a turnover on the Falcons. Gives it back over to the Pine City Dragons. Chance to tie or even take the lead. Ball over to the near side for Steele. Thought about feeding it into Lottie, but Lottie said no on the entrance pass. Now into the corner on the near side for Fowler. Up it'll go to Steele. Steele, wing extended. Drives inside, kicks it back out. Open for the lead is Haas. Can't get it to go. And the rebound comes down into the hands of Teff. Hagman able to get it into the front court. Shakes free as Steele. Great job in the ball handling once again. Inside Mazisek, kicks it off for Grudem, far side on the wing. Picks up her dribble in a bad place, feeds it inside for Hermanson. Hermanson, turnaround jumper, and Steele knocks it away and takes away the basketball. Steal by Haas. Ahead it'll come. 3 on the way for Steele, and the near side can't get it to go. And the rebound comes down. It was tapped by Teff, but she was fouled by Haas from behind. Haas will pick up her second foul. 31-29, 13:51 to go. Just a few points have been scored so far here in the second half. We've had a handful of fouls, but definitely some aggressive play, and I think we are shaping up to have a tremendous second half of action here in Pine City. Ball taken away by Steele. She's off on the fast break going the other direction, and the layup is good. Steele with 9 points on the ball game, ties it up at 31. Hagman able to get into the front court, and she's tripped up by Steele. Steele will pick up her third foul. Oh, they call that one on Lottie, and kind of a little bit of a break, as that would have been 3 on Steele, but instead Lottie picks up her first. Both players were in that area, but Lottie's going to pick up the foul as Fowler checks out of the ball game. She's replaced out on the court by Calling. Ball far side, Hagman, reverse pivot, picks her dribble up way out from the basket, steps underneath, able to get it away for Teff. Inside it goes for Hermanson, turnaround left-handed jumper off the iron, no good, and Haas clears the board. Haas will start it back the other direction. Ellie Haas, far side now, into the hands of Steele. Steele into the corner, goes for Calling. Calling drives to the basket with the left hand. What an aggressive drive by Meredith Calling. Only 2 points tonight, now has 4. And a 2-point lead. Inside it goes. Teff, not a great shot with the kind of underhand toss at the basket, and a jump ball on the rebound. Hermanson and Calling each had a chance at it, and the Dragons are going to come away with the basketball. Teff tried to go for the turnaround jumper, but realized as she was turning around that she was going to have her shot blocked, and kind of went with the underhanded scoop shot, but couldn't get that one to go. Gross is going to check into the game, replacing Teff. Also into the ball game is going to be number 30, Kayla Bellinger, replacing Mazisek. Ahead it comes now, Haas. Near side for Lottie. Back up to the wing for Steele. Steele up top. Wilson gets into the paint. Little runner in the paint. Stop and pop from about 6 feet away. And the first points of the second half for Lily Wilson. Wilson, the senior leader of this ball club. Inside it goes Hermanson. Hermanson has it roll off the front. Rebound comes down, however, offensively to Kayla Bellinger, and she'll go to the line and get some free throws. Wilson's going to pick up her, I believe, third foul. Yep. That's a big foul as well. I think now that we are into the second half with 12:20 to go, I don't know how worried you are necessarily right now, unless she gets her fourth rather. Bellinger misses the first. Second free throw up and coming. Looks to be short, and it's going to be, not sure if it touched the rim or not, but it goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Dragons. 0 for 2 at the line on that trip for the Foley Falcons. Back will come now. Wilson over to the far side for Haas. Inside it goes. Nice pump fake into the basket goes Calling. Calling went down hard. Grudem went after the basketball and kind of caught her arm more than anything. And everybody's up and okay and going to the basket. I think that Coach Haas is looking for maybe a flagrant or a more aggressive call on that one, but none will come as Grudem picks up her third foul. Free throw number 1 is up and good by Calling. Calling steps and fires once again. That one rattles in and out, no good. And the rebound controlled by Grudem. We'll start it back the other direction. Grudem fires it inside. Trying to go for the shot inside is going to be Bellinger. Haas is going to pick up the foul for Haas. That'll be 3 on her as well. If nothing else for the Pine City Dragons, they're spreading out the fouls between everybody else, except for Calling. Everybody else just about has 3. As Pine City already, 12 minutes to play in the second half, already have 16 fouls. Their next foul will send Foley to the line for 1-1. However, the way things are going right now, that is another missed free throw by Bellinger. They may just go ahead and just keep that parade to the free throw line going for Foley in the second half. Maybe that's a little bit of a tactic, as the free throw is up and good on the second attempt. Now makes it 36-32 and a 4-point lead for the Dragons. Haas checks out of the game. Into the game is going to be Fowler. Wilson in the backcourt, 12 minutes to play. Up over the top near side now for Steele as the three-quarter court press put on by the Falcons. Ahead it comes for Lottie. Far side into the hands of Calling. Ball knocked away by Gross. It'll still belong to the Dragons on the far sideline is where they'll inbound it. And it comes for Wilson. Wilson surveys. Into the corner, Nogales for Fowler. Fowler, nice move down the baseline. Thought about a shot, kicks it back out. Steele, pump fake. Kicks it back out near side now for Calling. Calling on the wing. Over it goes for Steele. Steele will reset the offense and get things going once again. Far side now into the hands of Wilson. Wilson up top for Steele. Almost had it turned over. Able to get it back out to the near side for Calling for three. That's up and no good. Long rebound comes out and it's going to be cleared by Gross. Gross will pick that one up. And it's turned over at the other end. Quickly ahead for Lottie. Lottie with the layup at the other hand. She goes for the right-handed layup on the left side and is able to use her body to screen away the defender to get the lay-in to go. Now a trap at the timeline. Lottie takes the ball away, but a jump ball is called, which I'm glad it wasn't a foul. The way that play was developing, thought there was going to be a foul called, but instead it's going to be a ball tied up, and a jump ball will be called. It'll be Foley basketball on the jump ball. Hagman back into the ball game for the Falcons. 10:53 to go here in the ball game. Hagman loses her dribble at the timeline, able to get it ahead now for Gross. Gross tried to feed it across for Grudem. Grudem never went to the basket. Turnover on the Falcons, and it's going to be knocked away. Last touch by Steele. Steele wants to talk to the official. The official wants nothing to do with it and just walks away from her. Nonetheless, it's going to remain Foley basketball. Steele, tremendous defense right up. Oh, nice move by Hagman. Lobs it inside now for Hermanson. Hermanson far side turns and gets to the basket. Can't get it to go, and the rebound cleared by Calling, and Calling is going to be fouled underneath. And I did notice on that possession at the high post where Hermanson got the basketball, Lottie was on her backside trying to keep her away from the basket. Dragons have it now as the ball was knocked out of bounds. 38-32. Ball into the front court, into the corner. It goes now for Calling. Gets to the basket. Fires it across the paint for Fowler. Tried to fire away a shot. Had to hesitate once, twice, and on the third time she's fouled. Foul's going to go against Kayla Bellinger. Just her second. Fowler to the line now for a pair. 10-12 to go. Trying to push this lead out to 8. Free throw number 1 is up and no good. 10-12 to play. Pine City has come back from a halftime deficit of 3, trailed by as much as 6 to 8 in the first half. That free throw is up and good. And now they lead in the second half by 7, the largest lead of the night. Ball near side now for Gross. Thought about it. Defense is extended way out from the basket. Far side now, Hagman trying to get it. Lobbed it back door, but didn't have a good shot there. On the weak side for Bellinger. Inside it goes, and a shot is up and good. Gross gets the bucket. First of the second half. And makes it now a 5-point ball game. Quickly up ahead, it comes into the front court. Underneath Fowler, looking for a shot, and she's going to get fouled underneath again. She just gets such good body position that Kayla Bellinger, there's not much that she can do at that position. The only thing you can do is just keep your hands straight up and not hit the arm. But the only thing is where Fowler gets to is almost underneath the basket. Makes for a hard shot unless you lean in. As Fowler is able to convert the first free throw. Puts it back to a 6-point lead. Beyer and Teff check back into the game for the Falcons. Byer, Teff, Hermanson, Gross, and Hagman for the Falcons. Fowler to shoot the second free throw. That rattles around, no good. Haas is going to get the offensive board, and layup is good. And what a comeback and what a take of control, I guess you could say, of the game by the Pine City Dragons. That last layup by Haas. Haas joined on the court by Fowler, Wilson, Steele, and Calling. Shot is up, no good. Fowler clears the board. And Pine City is starting to pull away a little bit. They lead by 8, looking to make it a double-digit lead, which neither team has had to this point. Far side for Wilson. Coach Haas calling out the play. Wilson backs it off just a little bit. We talked at the halftime break. The biggest thing that Foley was going to need to do is to control their turnovers, and that Pine City was going to need to take advantage of those turnovers. And that has been the big story of this second half. Foley just as many turnovers. Ball kicked out to the far side. Wilson for 3. Back iron, no good. And the rebound controlled by Byer, rather. Back the other direction it goes now for Hagman. Hagman up top for Gross. Gross looking to be able to get an entrance pass in for Hermanson. Can't get it there. Goes up top to the high post. Hermanson with the turnaround J and able to get that one to go. And for Hermanson, 18 at half. That's her first bucket of the second half. Pine City's done a great job denying the basketball to Hermanson in the second half. I called for it to be Sophie Lottie. It has been a team effort of a lot of different players between Calling and Fowler, but they have taken Hermanson out of this ball game in the second half. Timeout on the court, 42-36 is the lead for the Pine City Dragons. We'll be back to Pine City on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Farming doesn't follow an 8-to-5 schedule. A slow week is 60 to 80 hours. My land, livestock, and family rely on me. That's why I bought farm insurance from Auto Owners Insurance, because every policy comes with a local agent. A real person who lives right in my community, who I can rely on to help keep my farm covered no matter what.
Visit Pine Insurance Agency located in the Northridge Center today.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom on hand, and we talked about it during halftime, some of the things that they're going to need to work on, and for Pine City, they've all come true, and for Foley, they've all gone wrong. The things that they need to do to be able to win this ball game, and Pine City has taken advantage of every single mistake that Foley has made in the second half. To this point, Foley only has 7 points, whereas the Dragons in the second half have put up 16 and taken a 42-36 lead. Ball into the front court, controlled by Haas. Up top it goes for Wilson, far side. Gets to the free throw line, tried to fire it over for Calling, knocked away by the Falcons. It'll still belong to the Dragons. Dragons the inbound on the baseline, near side. Wilson will pull the trigger. Wilson surveys, takes a look. Inbound near side for Steele on the wing. Steele up to the wing extended, up over the top far side. Thought he was going to Haas, but it was going nowhere. Nice job by Lily Wilson to step into that lane and pick up that basketball. Cross it goes now for Steele, near side on the wing. Up top it'll go for Wilson. Turnaround, Calling. Picked up her dribble, off for Wilson. Wilson drives to the basket, kicks it out near side for Fowler. Back up to the wing for Steele. Pine City playing a little bit of keep away right now. Far side it goes for Wilson. And I think if you're a Pine City fan or a Pine City coach, just wait till the perfect shot in a basket, and a foul as Haas got it inside, and she'll go to the line. Ellie Haas with a great shot. And able to get it to go. Foul is going to go against Kloss. Free throw up and good. Fowler checks out of the ball game, replaced by Lottie. And Pine City right now, they're not quite in shutdown mode, but they are definitely in just wait to the absolute perfect shot. Near side it goes. Byer is going to fire away a 3. That's no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Calling. And a foul on the near side. I believe that foul is going to go. Yep, it's going to go against Hagman. And for Hagman, that's number 4. And a 1-and-1 already for both squads at the other end. The Dragons jumped out immediately to 6, but that was 12 minutes ago. They haven't committed a foul in almost 6 minutes. To the line, it'll go now for Lily Wilson for the 1-1. Front end is good. Able to take advantage of that one, and that makes it a 10-point ball game, and what a turnaround here in the second half for the Pine City Dragons. Second free throw, up and good. Hagman came out and momentarily. She's going to check back into the ball game, replacing Byer. So we'll keep an eye on Hagman as Hagman's going to stay on the court with 4. Thought maybe she would come out for like maybe a minute and a half or 2 minutes. Ball over to the far side. Mizisek tried to fire it underneath. Taken away and another turnover. And that's something we talked about is the quickness of the Pine City Dragons, able to take that ball away and get into some passing lanes. Inside it goes for Wilson. She's fouled on her way to the basket. And she's going to be called for a jump step. It looked kind of like that Euro step where you kind of hop into that last jump before you take off. She gets called for the turnover. Ball over to the near side now, Mizisek. Off it'll go for Gross with under 7 minutes to play. It's an 11-point advantage for the Pine City Dragons. Ball up over the top, near side for Teff. Fires it over the near side. 3 on the way for Gross is going to be short. She's going to get it back herself in the corner. Tries to step up on it. It's going to be a timeout called by Coach Gross and the Foley Falcons. But Gross misses the shot, but she followed her shot and is able to get the offensive rebound, but trapped in the corner, forces Foley into a timeout. 47-36 with 6:46 to play. We'll be back here on FM 100.9 WCMP.
2020 is here. A new year, a new decade. What does that mean for you? Huge savings on 2019 Silverados at Morris Chevrolet Buick. Get supplier pricing for all, plus combine all stackable offers, along with Morris Chevrolet Buick's additional $1,000 discount, comes out to a savings of up to $11,000 off MSRP on remaining 2019 Chevrolet 1500 Silverados. See dealer for details. Hurry in because when they're gone, they are gone. Morris Chevrolet Buick. The deals are better here.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom on hand, and what was a 3-point advantage for the Falcons at halftime with 6:46 to go in the second half is an 11-point lead for the Dragons. What a quick turnaround here in the second half. Dragons on defense. Foley will inbound the basketball. It'll be controlled up top now by Gross. Over to the near side now for Mizisek. Dribbles up to the top of the key. Hands off for Hagman on the far side. Hagman well extended from the wing. Picks up by Steele over on the far side. Steele has done a great job on Hagman here in the second half. And as I say that, Hagman blows by her for the lay-in. Hagman has been controlled now for only 7 points in this ball game. Haas in the front court. Haas has been a very big key. Haas and Calling, as well as a little bit Lottie against Hermanson in the second half. Hermanson 18 points in the first half. 2 points in the second half is it. Wilson's going to control it up top with a little bit more than 6 minutes to play. 47-38, a 9-point lead for the Dragons. Inside it goes for Haas. Haas turns it up to the basket, and she's going to be fouled by Teff, and will go to the line. Third foul on Callie Teff. Hagman with 4. Otherwise, there's about 9 players that have 3 each, and with 6 minutes to play, the only one we're really worried about is Hagman, but we're starting to reach that point where 4 doesn't even matter as the free throw's up and good by Haas. And so far, that's one of the things that the Dragons have been able to take advantage of is their free throws. They're not making all of them, but they're making enough of them to make a difference here in the second half. Foley is only 1 of 4 at the line in the second half. Second free throw up and good by Haas. Pushes that back out to an 11-point lead, 49-38, under 6 to play. Hagman, reverse, behind the back dribble. Up top for Gross, over to the near side once again for Hagman. Hagman to the high post extended. Tried to fire it inside for Grudem. Ends up in the hands of Teff, who fired a shot. Rebound comes down into the hands of Haas, and she is fouled and knocked to the ground. And that's going to be a foul against Grudem, her 4th. Official came over to the bench almost as if it was a fifth foul, but it was not against Hagman. It was against Grudem. So Haas is going to go to the line now for a 1-and-1. Free throw number 1 is up and good. .546 to play in the second half. 50-38, a 12-point lead for the Pine City Dragons. Second free throw is up and no good. Rebound tapped around, and Lottie's going to come away with it. Lottie ran it down in the corner. Pine City's going to control the basketball on offense, looking to be able to kill off some more clock. We're down to 5.5 to play, and if you're Foley, you're going to have to start pressing just a little bit. Lottie backed off of the play a little bit. She wanted to get it in for Haas, but the pass wasn't quite there. Haas, interestingly enough, is matched up against Hagman. Hagman with 4 fouls, playing a post position underneath, and right to the basket goes Wilson, and before she could get cut off by Hagman, Hagman just backed off with 4 fouls. There wasn't much she could do. Far side for Grudem now, a 14-point lead. Inside it goes. Turnaround and blocked by Calling, taken away by the Dragons. What a job by Meredith Calling in the second half. Wilson up top, Calling really feeling it defensively, can't get it to go on the offensive end. Misses the 3, and the rebound comes down to the Falcons. Teff controls it, hands off for Gross up top of the key. Far side on the wing now for Grudem. 4.5 to play. Grudem dribbles to the high post, tries to fire it inside for Hermanson, and it's going to be turnover number 10 in the second half for the Foley Falcons, who are just all out of sorts on the offensive glass. Ball, Wilson tried to throw it inside for Calling, threw it at her feet. It's going to go off of her foot out of bounds. Turnover only number 4 in the second half. Pine City has really controlled their turnovers. They had 13 at halftime. They only have 4 in the second half altogether, and 4:23 to go. Are starting to look like they are firmly in control of this ball game, and maybe I spoke too soon that the second half was going to be absolutely tremendous, but it has definitely been a little bit of a surprising half, if nothing else. Mazisek to the free throw line. Jumper is up and no good. Rebound tapped around. Controlled by Calling. Calling's going to start the offensive break quickly up ahead. Lottie pulls it back out as a smart play by the freshman, not trying to push the fast break, just trying to kick it back out, run the offense. Let's go ahead and kill some clock. Hermanson trying to knock the ball away from Calling, unable to do so. Nice lob pass, inside it goes. Haas can't quite get the shot, and the rebound comes down for Mazisek. It was a beautiful entrance pass, but I think Haas just got a little bit too deep underneath the basket. Nice play there by Hagman to get underneath the basket, draw the defense, and get it to Hermanson. Only her second bucket of the second half. Cuts it to a 12-point lead for Pine City. 3.5 to play here in the ballgame. Ahead it comes Haas into the corner for Lottie. Back out to the wing for Steele. Extended almost by the timeline. Lottie far side on the wing. Almost was tied up by Hermanson. Lottie able to get to the high post. Kicks it back out, and Steele's going to wait for it now. Dribble, drive, and a kick out. Wilson thought about it, hesitates, goes all the way underneath, got all the way underneath the basket and put it almost backwards underneath the basket. Rebound comes down, and Gross has it taken away, and it's going to be a bucket at the other end. What a sequence. Foley thought that they had the turnover and they thought that they had the advantage, but instead it's taken away. And now a shot missed, and it's going to be a foul on Hermanson. Hermanson ended up making contact with Calling. And we'll get a 1-and-1 at the other end. .253 to play as we have now reached the double bonus. Calling able to convert. Calling and Ellie Haas have been absolutely huge in this second half as the second free throw is up and good. Back it'll come now. Hagman picked up at the timeline by Lottie. Still solid defense being put on by the Pine City Dragons. Up over the top near side, Hagman sets and fires, but she was not quite in rhythm. Long rebound comes back out for Steele, stepped on the sideline. Foley will control it now on the far sideline. Inbounds comes for Hagman. 2:37 to play here in the ball game. It's a 16-point lead for the Dragons. And Hagman trying to get underneath is going to be pushed by Steele. Steele will now pick up her fourth foul. We'll have a 1-and-1. And I think if you're Coach Haas or Coach Gross, I think no lead is safe. And you always think you can come back, but I think you're starting to feel that the game is starting to get secured. Free throws up and no good. Offensive board, though, down for Grudem. Kick back out, Hagman. Back for Grudem for three, and Grudem knocks that one down. Back it'll come now for the Pine City Dragons. 13-point lead, 56-43. Far side into the hands of Lottie. Into the corner it goes for Wilson. Back up for Calling. Near side on the wing. It'll be controlled by Haas. Underneath it goes. Haas tried to cut to the basket. She's double-teamed inside and gets called for the travel. It looked like she kept her pivot foot, but nonetheless, she does get called for the travel. And it'll go back to the Foley Falcons, trying to slice into this lead, but we are under 2 minutes to play. So it might be a little bit too little, a little bit too late. Mazisek checks back into the ball game for the Falcons. She'll bring the ball up. Joined out on the court now also by Emma Wilson, her first action of the night for the Foley Falcons. She has the ball, low block on the near side. Shot is up and no good. Rebound, Grudem comes away with the offensive board. Went hard up to the basket but can't get it to go. Calling hit the ground hard. Correction, that's going to be Calling. Hit the ground hard, but she bounces up, is okay. Minute 39, 99 seconds remaining in this ball game, and I guess if I'm Coach Haas, maybe I just take her out of the ball game. 13-point lead. Unless you're the Timberwolves, I think you probably got this one secured. Yes, that was a cheap shot, my friends. You watched the game the other night against the Kings. It was a rough ball game. That should have been a 1-and-1, but the double bonus awarded to Foley. Nonetheless, it didn't really matter. She missed the first one. Misses the second one, and the rebound controlled by Calling. Her fifth rebound of the second half. Calling far side on the wing. Kicks it back out. Lays it out for Wilson. Fires the ball over to the near side now for Haas. Up top, controlled by Calling. Top of the key extended. Near side on the wing now for Lottie. Double team comes. Under 80 seconds remaining in the ball game. Far side now into the hands of Wilson on the wing extended. Going from left to right. Up top for Lottie. Lottie nowhere to go now. Able to get it over to the near side now for Calling. Up top it'll go for Haas. Haas almost picked up a double team there. What a job by the Pine City Dragons just killing this clock. And at this point in time now diving after it. Byer cleanly knocked the ball away, but her body carried her right through Lily Wilson. She commits the foul, and Wilson will go to the line. Byer, just her first foul, under a minute to play, and I don't know if it was an intentional foul or not, but nonetheless, Wilson goes to the line, misses the first. .57 seconds up on the clock. 56-43, a 13-point advantage for the Pine City Dragons. Second free throw is up and good. And for Foley, a very, very hard-fought ball game. Looks like they're going to come up just a little bit short. Over to the near side now. Grudem thought about a shot. Didn't get called for the double dribble as she caught it when she was dribbling. Shot is up and no good. That time by Mazisek. And another one for Grudem, and Grudem went down hard. Calling was kind of on the top of her one arm. Foul goes against Calling, and now we get training staff out to check on Grudem as both teams go to their respective benches. We'll step away as well, 57-43 with 37 seconds left. We'll be back on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Here we listen. We engage. Through every stage of life, we provide compassionate care closely tuned to your needs and concerns. From surgery and physical therapy to specialty care and emergency services, Essentia Health Sandstone provides expert, personalized care for the people of Pine County. Here, we take care of each other. Essentia Health, like nowhere else. Call 320-245-5600 or visit essentiahealth.org to learn more.
Essentia Health, one of our sponsors for tonight's ball game. I want to thank all of the different sponsors that we have. Some of them include Schmidt Construction as well as Pine Technical College and Minnesota Equipment. I'm actually enrolled at Pine Tech, just taking one class, doing some networking stuff for some different knowledge-based type of things and nothing specifically degree-wise. I kind of got the career stuff sorted out, I guess you could say. But now the officials, after that, trying to figure out what's going on. I think that the biggest thing that they're trying to do right now is the officials are trying to get together because the foul was called on Lottie, and technically the free throw shooter right now would be number 23, Grudem, but Grudem was the player that was injured, and so they want to try to figure out, Foley wants to keep Grudem in the ball game, but technically if you stop the game for the player that's injured, they got to come out for at least one play. So now it's kind of so is it somebody that's on the court? Is it somebody that we can sub into the game? Like, who ends up actually shooting the free throws? And it looks like it's going to be Hagman that's going to come in to shoot the free throws. Also joining on the court is going to be Jaden Kloss, getting into the ball game for one of the first times in the second half. Hagman at the line now for the free throw. Up and good, and she's able to get the second shot for the bonus. Now she's going to get credit for these, but technically these do belong to Madison Grudem. Grudem went to the bench kind of reluctantly. Probably see her maybe again. Second free throw is up and no good. It's going to be controlled by Calling, but she loses it, and now coming back with it, Hagman gets right to the basket. Misses the shot, but she's fouled. Haas will pick up her fourth, but with 30 seconds, that's going to be her fifth, but with 30.8 seconds left to go, that's not exactly anything that they're too worried about. Haas almost finishes with the double-double, 10 points, 9 rebounds. Free throw by Hagman is up and good. Second free throw up and coming for Hagman is good as well. 2 for 2 at the line makes it an 11-point ball game, 57-46 with 30 seconds left to go. Wilson to inbound, able to get it inside now for Lottie. Lottie's going to dribble it up court. Works her way forward on the far side. Lost her dribble, able to get it off for Wilson, however. Wilson back up over the top now for Lottie. Up top now, back for Wilson again. Wilson dribbles away from one defender. Off it goes to the far side for Calling. Now down to 11 seconds left to go. And Pine City's just going to hold it now for the remainder of the clock. Handoff for Wilson. 6 seconds left to go. Foley's going to walk away. And it's going to be a 57-46 victory by the Pine City Dragons in incredibly impressive fashion. Coming from behind, not a tremendous deficit at halftime, but what a second half performance put on by the Dragons. 57-46, an 11-point win. We'll come back and wrap things up here from the Pine City Gymnasium when we return on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City is your local specialist for all your auto collision repair. Perry's fixes it right the first time. Perry's will take care of all your insurance claims, making it a worry-free experience. Perry's Auto Salon offers state-of-the-art equipment, a downdraft paint booth, expert color matching, computerized frame straightening, and detailing. Towing and rental cars are available, whether it's a little ding or a big bang. Go to the pros at Perry's Auto Salon in Rush City, and you'll be driving home their quality reputation.
Good news, it's home show season. Time to get inspired and make life in your home even better. Great news, you can get $200 off on the revolutionary Kinetico non-electric water treatment system from Aquarius Home Services, your local Kinetico dealer, without even going to the show. With Kinetico, all those rust stains will be gone. No more white scaling or hard water spots. Just sparkling fixtures, softer skin, and drinking water you can trust. The best water of your life all starts with a free water analysis. Visit KineticoMN.com. Aquarius and Kinetico. Brilliantly simple.
Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley is your local food headquarters. They're here and ready to help you and your family put food on your table, only offering the best in fresh produce and the highest quality meats. They are a part of this community, so they care about you and your family and want to see you have the best possible grocery shopping experience. Don't forget about the Daggett's Deli. It's the perfect spot to pick up a quick hot meal. Make Daggett's Fresh Foods your place to shop for the highest quality grocery experience.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Parking lot potholes can keep your customers away. Ugly cracks in your driveway can bring down the value of your house. At Prefer Paving and Ready Mix, project size doesn't matter. Big or small, they pave it all. Prefer Paving and Ready Mix has delivered top quality blacktop asphalt paving for housing divisions, commercial developments, industrial parks, recreational projects, and city and county streets, as well as smaller projects such as residential driveways and parking lots. From quote to completion, rely on Prefer Paving and Ready Mix in Rush City.
Who welcomes change? Actually, we all do. We love it when the kids are done with diapers, and when the rash goes away, and when mom gets the new knee. That's the kind of new here as First Light changes its name. The new name is Wellia Health, as in welcome and wellness. And, well, what are you waiting for? Do stop by and check us out. Wellia Health, online at WELIAhealth.org. Live life well.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust mortgage consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/getThere. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings, with expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom on hand here in Pine City as we ramp things up here on the postgame. What a ball game it was. It was a 3-point lead at halftime for the Foley Falcons. We thought we were going to see maybe an upset, a 10 or 11-7 team taken down a 16-1 team, but it was not to be. Foley, a very, very tough opponent. They brought their A game in that first half, but the second half, the adjustments that Coach Haas made in the second half, we talked about them a little bit at halftime. The biggest things was the fact that Pine City was not taking advantage of the 15 turnovers that Foley had in the first half. Also, they needed to do something about their three-point shooting, and then on the other end of the court, they needed to just be able to be patient and be able to just get things going, just be able to convert stuff. Defensively, they needed to try to be able to also take Jaden Hermanson out of the ball game. Pine City, check, check, check. They did all of those things in the second half. Hermanson in the first half had 18 points. In the second half, had only 4 points. As far as taking over, as far as the three-point shooting, while they didn't shoot better in the second half, they only shot 4 of them. They did miss all 4, but they only shot 4 compared to 12 in the first half. They were very patient on offense. They waited for the right shots. They were able to get out on the fast break. And as far as being able to take care of turnovers. The turnover margin was 15-13 at halftime. The turnover margin in the second half was 10-6, and Pine City outscored Foley 31-17 in the second half en route to a victory, 57-46 here on their home court. Absolutely a tremendous ball game. Wrapping things up for the team totals, as I mentioned, in the second half, 10-6, Foley with 10 turnovers to just the 6 for the Pine City Dragons. Turnover margin for the ball game, 25-19. Foley, I think that's the biggest thing they're probably going to take out of that, is they just got to try to be able to control the basketball a little bit better, as they struggled being able to stay on offense and control that basketball, especially in the second half when they really needed to be able to get some good offensive possessions, just were unable to do so. Taking a look at the free throw margin. Pine City, you want to talk about getting it done at the free throw line. They were 13 of 19 in the second half, 19 of 26 for the ball game. That is going to help you win a ball game almost every single time, and that's a great job by the Pine City Dragons being able to do that. For the Foley Falcons, they were 4 of 11 in the second half, 6 of 15 on the ball game. They definitely left anywhere between 6 and 9 points out on the court that they were not able to take advantage of just from the free throw line, which are easy buckets, not necessarily easy buckets, but they're free buckets. You're not contested. You get a chance to set yourself. You got to be able to you got to be able to win the free throw margin. From downtown, 1 of 6 was Foley in the second half. Pine City 0 of 4. Foley finishes 2-11 on the night. Pine City 2 of 16 from beyond the arc. Not a tremendous advantage in that margin for either team. Free throws in the second half, a little bit of a surprise as Foley actually out-rebounded Pine City in the second half, 17-13 and 7-1 on the offensive glass. But Pine City didn't miss many shots in the second half and didn't need that many offensive rebounds, and actually didn't have the opportunity for many offensive rebounds en route to the victory. The final totals for the team, 27 rebounds, 10 of them offensive for the Foley Falcons, 28 rebounds for Pine City, 5 of them offensive on the glass. Taking a look at some of the individual totals, we talked a little bit about the job that they did defensively against Jaden Hermanson. She only had 4 points in the second half. She leads all scorers, finishing with 22 points and 3 rebounds, followed by Elena Hagman, who finished with 10 points and no rebounds. And you got to give a little bit of credit also to Elena Steele, who did a great job defensively against a ball handler who is very good. Hagman, you could tell she knew what she was doing with the basketball, could handle it very good, and Elena Steele really controlled her and took her out of the ball game, even though she still finished with 10 points on the night, 3 of them at the free throw line. 4 points, 4 rebounds for McKenna Gross, 2.7 rebounds for Abby Mazisek, 3 rebounds for Teff, 2 rebounds for Brooke Byer, 1.1 rebound for Kayla Bellinger off the bench. Madison Grudem had a pretty good second half, 5 points, 5 rebounds, almost all of that coming in the second half. 3 of those 5 rebounds on the offensive glass late in the game, trying to get Foley back into it. A rebound for Jaden Kloss from the first half, and then Marissa Peschel in the second half finishes 2 points and 1 rebound. For the Pine City Dragons, who win tonight, they are paced by Lily Wilson, who, again, not a flashy night, nothing over the top, but she finishes with a solid, consistent 16 points and 1 rebound on the evening. 7.6 rebounds for Meredith Coling, who was tremendous defensively in the second half. Coling, probably one of your second half MVPs on the defensive end, as she was one of the biggest reasons that Jaden Hermanson only had 4 points in the second half. Your other second half MVP, that's going to go to Ellie Haas. She finishes with 10 points and 9 rebounds. At halftime, she only had 2 points. She scores 8 points in the second half to go along with 6 rebounds in the second half. Just a tremendous second half for her. She fouls out with 30 seconds left to go. Finishes almost with the double-double. 11 points, 2 rebounds for Elena Steele, who had a pretty good night. 5 points, 2 rebounds for Ashley Fowler. Sophie Lottie finishes with 8.6 rebounds, and then a rebound apiece for Chloe Lind and McKenna Nelson. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. I want to thank Ethan for joining me out here at the ball game. Wrapping things up here finally for the Foley Falcons. They dropped to 11-8. Overall, their next matchup will be next Thursday against Albany, at Albany against the Huskies. The next matchup for the Pine City Dragons, who improved to 17-1 on the year. They will take on Hinckley Finlayson on Monday, putting their 9-0 conference mark on the line against the Jaguars. Our next broadcast is going to be tomorrow on 106.5. It's going to be Pine City at home against the Becker Big Lake Eagles. A little bit of an oddity there. The Becker Bulldogs, the Big Lake Hornets, they're the Becker Big Lake Eagles. Totally makes sense. Anyway, they're going to be here in Pine City, 1 o'clock puck drop. You can hear that on 106.5. Hope you can join us for that ball game here on the broadcast. We hope you enjoyed it again. I want to thank Ethan for joining me out here at the ballpark. I want to thank all of our sponsors for jumping on board. I'm Andy Beckstrom, and until next time, have a great night, everybody.